sanctum sanctorum of democracy. The sanctity of the temple of democracy cannot be permitted to be outraged, as privilege does not extend to engaging in demeaning parliament, making disparaging observations, tarnishing constitutional institutions. Discussion of no issue is beyond the purview of this House. Posterity will judge us not by decibels generated in shouting slogans, but by our multifarious contributions towards strengthening the growth trajectory of our nation. Weaponizing of politics by stalling functioning of parliament is pregnant with serious consequences for our politics.
The second part of the 259th session of the Rajya Sabha can be described as both disappointing and remarkable at the same time. Disappointing for the disorder into which the House had plunged, with both the opposition and Treasury members refusing to give up inflexible positions. Remarkable for the manner in which Chairman Jagdeep Dhankhar firmly steered the House on various issues, be they related to rules, procedures, or spelling out guidelines and norms of conduct for members. And at the end of the turbulent proceedings, the chairman made it amply clear to the members that the onus was on them to find a way out of confrontation and return the upper house to its rightful domain of debate and discussion. The sandstone-paved corridor opens into a magnificent chamber, distinct from the other parts of the Parliament building. The chamber, Rajya Sabha, has possibly seen more stalwarts from various walks of life, from business, sports to culture, than any other institution of this country. The upper house of Indian Parliament has been playing a pivotal role in India's much cherished parliamentary democracy, keeping the bicameral structure alive, setting new records and creating history since its inception. The election of a Kisan Putra, Jagdeep Dhankhar, to the second highest office as Vice President of India and Chairman of Rajya Sabha is testimony to the vibrancy and strength of Indian democracy. A legal doyen, Jagdeep Dhankhar, has ensured that the rule of law enshrined in Indian Constitution remains unscathed. Presiding over the second part of the budget session or the 259th session of the Rajya Sabha on March 13th, Chairman Dhankhar rejected opposition leader Mallikarjun Kharge's point of order against the leader of Rajya Sabha and Union Minister Piyush Goyal's statement. Without naming the Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, Union Minister Piyush Goyal referred to the Congress leader's remarks that he made in UK as an attack on Indian democracy while demanding his apology. Leader of the opposition Mallikarjun Kharge claimed that there cannot be any discussion or reference to Rahul Gandhi in the upper house since he was not a member of the house. Making a significant point, Chairman Dhankhar ruled that no issue or individual is beyond the purview of Rajya Sabha discussion.
Highly significant reflections by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in his last speech to the Constituent Assembly. He said, I quote, "What perturbs me greatly is the fact that not only India has once before lost her independence, but she lost it by the infidelity and treachery of some of her own people. But this much is certain, that if parties place creed above country, our independence will be put in jeopardy a second time and probably lost forever. This eventuality we must resolutely guard against. We must be determined to defend our independence with the last drop of our blood." Unquote. After bestowing earnest consideration on this momentous aspect, I am of the firm view that there can be no issue or individual beyond the purview of discussion in the Rajya Sabha, and the same is exclusively subject to regulation by the House and Chairman. The two precedents relied upon by the Honourable Leader of the Opposition have no bearing on the issue being determined herein. Further, the authenticated record made available Leader of the House, Shri Piyush Goyal, bears out that his demand of apology on the overseas statement made by a senior leader of the opposition is factually premised and does not graduate to making allegations of a defamatory or incriminatory nature.
Each House of Parliament enjoys exclusive authority to conduct and regulate its proceedings in the manner it deems proper. No authority other than the House and its presiding officer has any say in the matter relating to the conduct of its proceedings. Each House of Parliament is empowered under Article 118 of the Constitution to make rules for regulating its procedure and conduct of its business. Under Article 105, Members of Parliament are entitled to freedom of speech in the Houses. However, parliamentary privilege does not allow unequivocal latitude for members to do or say as they please. It does not exempt members from the obligations to the society that apply to other citizens towards the country. While rejecting the Leader of Opposition's argument, Chairman Dhankhar said that although MPs enjoy constitutional privilege of freedom of expression and immunity from any civil or criminal action, the sanctity of the temple of democracy cannot be permitted to be outraged, as privilege does not extend to engaging in demeaning Parliament of India.
Constitutional privilege of freedom of expression and immunity from any civil or criminal action to members of Parliament calls for high degree of care, caution and accountability. This unique freedom privilege comes with heavy obligations. Breach of this privilege by engaging in reckless stating of allegations or free fall of information, invectives and innuendos, or setting up pernicious narratives entails serious consequences.
Chairman Dhankhar also announced that the suspension of Congress member Rajni Patil for filming the proceedings of the House has been extended beyond the budget session after taking inputs from the Privileges Committee that is investigating the matter. He said the committee in its meeting on March 27th sought extension of time till the first week of monsoon session to complete its investigation.
I find it expedient, invoking Rule 266 read with Rule 256, that February 10, 2023 suspension order of Srimati Rajni Ashok Rao Patil may continue to be in force beyond the current session until the House has the benefit of the recommendation by the Privileges Committee.
The budget session of Parliament concluded on April 6th, but the 4-week-long second leg of the session was washed out over the opposition's demand to set up a joint parliamentary committee and the demand from the Treasury benches that Congress leader Rahul Gandhi apologize for his democracy under attack comment made in London. Chairman Jagdeep Dhankhar held 3 meetings with the floor leaders to bring about a truce and constantly reminded members that Parliament is meant for debate, discussion, deliberation and not disruption.
The precious time of the House, which could be utilized to transact listed business in larger public interest and help us carry out our constitutional obligations, we have not been able to do so. I have held 3 meetings with floor leaders, 3 involved meetings. The 2 sides in the House have taken rigid stand. I appeal to the entire House. They must interact among themselves and find a way out. We are not sending a good message to the people at large.
The demand for a popular government and representative institutions like Parliament had remained central to our struggle for freedom. Stalwarts of our epic freedom struggle and the founding fathers of our republic saw Parliament as the institutional embodiment of our democracy and sovereign authority of our people. Fructifying that grand and challenging vision, the Council of States, the second chamber of the Indian Parliament, was constituted on April 3, 1952. Remarking on this significant occasion on April 3rd, Rajya Sabha Day, Chairman Dhankhar appealed to members of the upper house to resolve to protect the dignity of the House and engage in informed, meaningful debates and deliberations for the greater progress of the nation in Amrit Kal.
Nation justifiably expects us to lead by example in setting sublime parliamentary traditions worth emulating by all others. The House should be a platform for debate, dialogue, deliberations and discussion, and not a theatre of disruption and disturbance. On this significant occasion, I appeal to the honourable members of the Upper House to resolve to protect the dignity of Rajya Sabha and engage in informed, meaningful debates and deliberations for the greater progress of the nation in Amrit Kal.
Going beyond the disruptions, the Upper House also saw lighter moments, felicitations by the chairman. Most importantly, the Rajya Sabha witnessed a digital transformation. How? Let's find out. While the opposition and the treasury benches remained deadlocked over their respective stands and demands, Chairman Jagdeep Dhankhar piloted a digital transformation in the Upper House. Acknowledging the rapid strides being made by digital technology, Chairman Jagdeep Dhankhar used the digital pad for the first time in the Rajya Sabha in an effort to introduce modern working techniques and practices in parliamentary function. As the world recovers from the debilitating impact of COVID-19, the one aspect that governance experts and parliamentarians alike have worked on is to how retool parliaments for a post-pandemic era. With the digital pad, Chairman Jagdeep Dhankhar minimized the use of paper, signaled the start of a new digital era in the Upper House.
Papers to be laid on the table.
Way in the Rajya Sabha, Honorable Chairman Shri Jagdeep Dhankhar ji has started historically the use of digital platforms for running the House. I think it is a testimony to the historic perspective that India is evolving from paper to paperless.
On the one hand, while the Upper House embraced the digital revolution, it also remained equally enchanted with the Oscar wins for Natu Natu and Elephant Whisperers. Chairman Dhankhar said the awards will further help the internationalization of Indian film industry.
Honorable members, the wins for the Elephant Whisperers and Triple R, mark a new recognition of full spectrum of cinema that India produces. This will further internationalization of India's film industry will be effected. These achievements also reflect global appreciation of vast talent, immense creativity, and committed dedication of Indian artists. Indeed, another facet of our global rise and recognition. On my own behalf and on behalf of this august House, I congratulate the entire team of artists, everyone associated with this positive venture, the Elephant Whisperers and the movie Triple R, for well-earned recognition.
Scriptwriter of RRR, V. Vijayendra Prasad, a member of the Upper House, was overwhelmed by the appreciation expressed by the chairman and the members. A very important point that Chairman of Rajya Sabha said. Mr. Jagdeep Dhankhar said that this is the internationalization of Indian cinema. Your thoughts on that?
I agree with him, 100%. So much is there to be conquered. You must aim for that. RR is the first stepping stone. By having this Oscar, we have a foothold in Hollywood now.
The Rajya Sabha chairman also congratulated Nikhat Zareen, Lovlina, Neetu and Sweti Bora for winning gold medals at the Women's World Boxing Championships. He said the outstanding accomplishments of our winners will steer India's future to great heights.
These women boxers have once again proved that this is an era of resurgence of Nari Shakti. माननीय सदस्यगण, अति प्रसन्नता का विषय है कि हमारी नारी ने अपनी गोल्डन फिस्ट से यह मुमकिन किया है, प्रतिद्वंदी की हवा निकाली है।
Occasions of joy are an excellent way to express warmth to someone. That is the idea behind the new tradition that Chairman Dhankhar started in wishing members on their birthdays.
Honorable members, I take the opportunity to wish birthday greetings to Honorable Member of Parliament Sri Sukhendu Shekhar Ray.
The upper house also had a healthy dose of wit, couplets, sarcasm and humour as the chairman sought to use occasional laughter as the best medicine in the house.
ताकत अपने लफ्जों में डालो, आवाज में नहीं, क्योंकि फसल बारिश से उगती है, बाढ़ से नहीं। तो सर थोड़ा दे, मैं माननीय सदस्यगण, ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं कोई शायर हूं, पर इतना मत बोलो कि लोग चुप होने का इंतजार करें। इतना बोलकर चुप हो कि लोग दोबारा बोलने का इंतजार करें। मैसेज फ्रॉम द लोकसभा।
Overall disruptions in the upper house claimed 103 hours and 30 minutes of the Rajya Sabha's time in the second part of the 259th session. As the members returned to their respective constituencies and the people in the state they represent, Chairman Dhankhar urged them to ponder over the dismal performance of the House and find a way.
How ironical disorderly parliament is turning out to be a new order, a new norm, and decimates the sense of democracy. How worrisome and alarming paramountcy of debate, dialogue, deliberation and discussion in parliament has yielded to disruption and disturbance.
As the House adjourned, the chairman had an unequivocal message for the members. He said, and I quote, "Posterity will judge us not by the decibels generated in shouting slogans, but by our multifarious contributions towards strengthening the growth trajectory of our nation." Unquote.
National song.
Discussions and deliberations are what make the Rajya Sabha a significant and unique feature of Indian Parliament. And despite the occasional aberrations, the upper house has always claimed its rightful place in keeping the bicameral structure healthy while setting new meaningful records and creating history. On that note, it's a wrap of our special feature on the budget session of Parliament 2023. Keep watching Sansad TV. Goodbye for now from my side.